Hey guys and gals, let's build the Street Skate Park by Lego City. This is set number 60364. Contains 454 bricks, retails for $67.99. And this set was provided by the Lego Group for early review. And so that's essentially what we're building there. And we do have 3 building guides and a set of graffitied print work. So we're going to have to vandalize our bricks. So this is pretty much what we're going to be doing here, and it starts right on into step 1 or bag 1, and we're going to need a couple of these out of our bulk bin, starting off right away. So set those off to the side and let's get started. Let's build it, starting with bag 1 right now. And yeah, I just got back from the dentist. Went and done my bi-yearly cleaning, and they didn't find anything wrong, which is good. And they show her with a wig or with that. Well, first I got to find her head. And where's the wig at? If I can find it here. And I'm sorry, I mean, I don't like that. She'll look better with the beanie on, like that. This is a skate park. We're not going in for a formal meeting. So, nice print work for the torso and stuff. So, got her done. And it shows you can go back and forth and stuff like that. So, this should be a treat to put together. A lot of unique pieces in here. And we're going to build the motor skirt. So before we get to all the big stuff, we have to do all the little stuff first. So, kind of trying to cool off here. I've been kind of on the go most of the morning. And today is the 2nd of June 2023. And this is the last city set I have to build. So that's it, and then I get a bunch of other sets coming in about 2 weeks. I did accept another offer, and it has a bunch of sets. So, I mean, you're going to see a lot of reviews, and eventually I'd like to put all the reviews on here. Okay. But I'm still going to talk about mocks, tutorials, and stuff, because a lot of people are not interested in my reviews, so it'll be like a little exclusive. And there's the little scooter. And she just stands on it like this. I'm not going to put her hands on the handlebars, but that's essentially what that is. Now, let's get going. And this has all the essential pieces to make a skate park, a very basic one. And I've been wanting to build a skate park for many years and been slowly cobbling up parts. Well, this one's got almost everything I need, so I might be able to get away with it on this set here. In fact, it's got almost all the parts to complete a mock that I'd like to build. So yeah, I remember I was talking about in the unboxing, if you watched that, about the stories. And yes, I used to do the skateboarding stuff when I was a lot younger. Sometimes I'll get on a board just to kind of just cruise around, but that's it. I don't do any tricks or anything anymore. Yeah, I don't want to break anything. But yeah, skate parks were far and few when I was a kid. They had some, but you had to pay to get in them, and if you're a teenager, it was kind of pricey. A couple of bucks for maybe a few hours, or sometimes they'll let you in there. You'll just pay a fee to go in there for the day, and that was pretty cool. But yeah. Some people look at me now and go like, you used to do all that? Yeah, the skating and the surfing stuff. What do we got? A sofa here in the skate park? I don't know. So, my intent today is to finish this setup here, and I have a couple of brick heads that I have to do. And those go by really quick, so I'm just doing them from biggest to smallest. And I think I may have found a method that works on doing tutorials real quick, or not tutorials, reviews. And while we're speaking, I'm actually uploading two more. I'm uploading a build like this and a review. So this must be a sitting area because we got a sofa and we got a coffee table. So I guess the skaters need a way to discuss their daily agenda. And just think, you got some soda can tops too that are printed. So pretty cool. And yeah, so this should be a very fun set to put together. So if you're a skater or a skateboarder fan, or just what they used to call that, extreme sports. Even if you're into BMXing and stuff like that, should be a treat. And yeah, I'm gonna try to breeze through this today. I'm gonna have a full house tonight, so I'm gonna try to get as much done as I can. So here's the shipping containers. This must be like a clubhouse or something. Yeah, so kind of been thinking about some new tutorials and stuff and trying to figure out what I'd like to do in terms of piecing things together. And yes, this thing's going to be kind of brittle for a bit. Hoping it's going to strengthen up. I'm hoping this is going to be a drop-in ready for the city. Yeah, I guess summertime starts for a lot of people, and not for me, obviously, with work and stuff. But I'm already getting the usual, now what are we doing? And I'm like, oh, I already asked that question. We're doing nothing this summer. We're going to sit around the house while I work. Well, that's not fair. I'm like, well, I'm sorry, but I've already offered. And it starts a fight, and I'm like, hey, I've already offered. I already got a full workload already planned. You know, the beach, I've already offered. You know, even going out even for a nice fancy meal one night, and oh, I don't want to do this. I'm not in the mood to do that. I'm like, oh, fine, whatever. You know, so I kind of just hang out back here or work on my car, one of the two. Once I get my car perfectly restored to a point where I can feel comfortable and safe in it, I'm going to be getting out of here. I'm just checking all the vacuum hoses and stuff, make sure everything is in pristine condition before I even go on a road trip. So I'm thinking that this set's going to be an average build because, as you can see, I'm doing more page flipping than anything else. It's like you're putting on one or two pieces at a time. That's why I got to start downloading digital copies, and putting them on a tablet would be better. So I'm hoping to breeze through the set. I'm hoping this is modular because this would make a great little collaboration project. So, you know, a multi-person build. So far it looks like it is. Okay. And so this is a perfect use of these road plates here. Is for the skate park. I mean, they're smooth and stuff too. I'm not a big fan of all these pieces that go in on here, but I mean, I wish they were just solid tiles, but what can you do? But yeah, if you ever want to know what these holes are for, that's just so you can stick something in there to pop those tiles and stuff out of there. If you didn't have those in there, that would be almost next to impossible getting out without tearing up the part. See, they even show you here. Take the handlebar and shove it in there. So. They say, oh, it's okay, you can remove that. But we are not going to do that because we're going to need that. Yeah, today's my nephew's last day of school for the semester, for the year. He's going to be a senior, and it's hard to believe time flies. I remember I started all this stuff when he was just in diapers. And Lego, you should have started with this piece upside down and put that one on there for step 2, because somebody's going to get confused there. I think this goes here. Yes, having a skateboard and going up and down these type of ramps is pretty fun and exciting and all that stuff. Okay, we do have, I thought these gray ones were going to go in there. It's like, well, that wouldn't match. And like this right here is where you jump and do your rail slides and stuff, your curb slides. Those are a bit tricky to do. They were easy to do on inline skates. And this thing here goes right in the middle here. Yep. So far, that's pretty good. Now, you're going to have this lip here regardless, so we'll just have to pretend that that's flat. And that's it for bag 1. Okay, now we got to find bag 2. That's 3. There, here we are. And yeah, so far it's modular and the build's keeping my interest, so that's good. So far the set's at a 10. I haven't had any problems yet, so I hope it stays that way. I don't think I even saw a brick separator with this. Okay, so now let me get that out of the way, because my luck I'll step on that and break it. So that's what you're going to need there, and then here we go. And we got to do more some skaters. Okay, and she's got a prosthetic limb here. And I do know a surfer who surfs with one of those. Now, how do they do that if they can't fill the board? Trust me, you'll get used to what I was told. And then we're going to put the helmet on her too. She comes with the wig here. It's almost the same thing as the brown, but I mean, this is a skate part. Like I said, it's nothing formal, so I don't want to just do that. Like she's got herself some kind of, maybe it's a basketball or something. It can't be an orange. Why would you be eating an orange while you're skateboarding, huh? All right. But it's cool though, Lego's starting to do this stuff with the prosthetics, because there's more and more people I'm seeing with the prosthetic limbs and stuff. You wouldn't really know it. I mean, how many of us pay attention to that stuff anyways? There's a gentleman that's around in my neighborhood that goes jogging, and he has something just like that. Got to stay active. So I guess you're supposed to... So I guess she's supposed to balance the ball while she's on the purple skateboard. Be careful not to trip over the lips on the slopes. Here we go. We got her done. So now we can do the fun stuff. I think we're doing a quarter pipe now. And yeah, you know, even at my age, you know, I kind of like the skateboarder stuff. The culture and stuff is more up my league. And then, whoops, these are supposed to be gray. Than like doing the whole football and stuff. You gotta stack 2 plates on top of one another. Yeah, but skateboarding's fun. It's a good outdoor recreational activity, and it's some people don't consider it as a sport, but I do. Oh, we're not using that. We're using a bunch of these. Yes, I'm glad I got the dentist done today. You know, I'm glad everything's finished up. I don't have to worry about anything. And, you know, couldn't sleep last night and kind of woke up a few times thinking, oh, please don't find anything wrong. And they didn't. I was like worried for nothing, but it's that whole thing. I keep hearing the door close, but I don't see anybody in the driveway. But I was like, I'm just glad to have that done and not worry about it. All done. I can go about my life. I need some of these in white. It's a 1x4 by 2/3 plate with bow. But a lot of people look at me in a professional setting like, wow, you used to do all that? You used to skateboard and do all that stuff and ride your bike? I'm like, yeah. Hard to believe. Especially a younger kid, like, oh, you used to do all that? Yeah. No. Used to do that same stuff. Of course, back then we wanted to make skate tapes. We had to use the big giant camcorders. We didn't have cell phones to do skate tapes. And yes, we even had those, remember what they call Karens back then? When you're out having fun with your buddies, you get a little too crazy and stuff. Next thing you know, you'd have somebody come in and say you're using too many bad words. And I'm like, when I was a teenager, I was like, so? Now I'm kind of, I don't know. I mean, kids are kids. You know, as long as they're doing something clean and not bothering anybody, I guess it's fine. Okay, we need a hollow stud here, so something must be attached right on that. Maybe a flag or something. Haven't hit any stickers yet, but I saw one coming up. This must be a flag. Yeah, but I remember there were some. Okay, don't put it there. I just saw some here. Now, here's the deal. If you do not have a brick separator, you're kind of screwed. And you know what? I picked up all the brick separators in here. Why? Because I got tired of tripping over them. Now it's asked me to put a sticker on here. So what I'm going to do, it's on a white tile, which I'll be ripping that off, is sticker number 5. There's only essentially 5 stickers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I kind of wish all these were printed. It's like the back of a basketball backboard. So it looks like this young lady here is going to be playing basketball while she's on her skateboard. Never done that before. Oh, and this goes on here too for the hoop. I wish Lego would make something that would attach these like a little basket or something. Would be cool. I mean, that's fine. It looks pretty good. If you had a net on the bottom, that'd be pretty much scaled. And then this goes back here. There we go. So you're supposed to go up there and make a slam dunk, I guess, huh? All right. So you essentially could build this, but it's asked me to put it on here. Well, that's starting to buckle. We're gonna have to be careful with that. But that's where you're supposed to put that there. So, okay. I thought somebody was calling my name, and I'm like, I'm having fun right now. Leave me alone. So it looks like we're building the other part of the half pipe. So essentially it's modular up to this point, but I had to put it on that. So what I'm hoping is that you could still build this without have to have that piece ready to go. So right now I'm going to say it's semi. I like the parts where you could rearrange them because then you can kind of make a semi-mock out of this. Just use the bigger pieces and just rearrange and reconfigure. Those are always cool. And, you know, back to the skateboarding thing, though. I never did all those tricks. I tried doing like 180s are easy. Of course, 90s are easy to do. 180s. Trying to do a 270. 360s are, you could do 360s too. I've done a few of them. A few successfully, actually. Not a bunch, but then if you try doing anything greater than that, like maybe a 540, oh, I've only knew one person that can do them, and even he had a hard time. And I couldn't. I mean, yes, I fell down a few times and didn't break anything, you know, but still. So this does kind of bring back some memories. And I noticed Lego, though, is starting to target this stuff more for people around, you know, in the 30 to 50 year range. A lot of us do this. I mean, I know of a few people who hang out at skate parks, but not a whole lot anymore. In my age range, it's kind of unheard of. Yeah, so that right there is done. I'm not a fan of these little lips on the corners here, but well, that's kind of steep there. She can do that, but she can't do that. It looks pretty good though. It's just kind of the curves are just too tight. This right here is what I need. They're supposed to accompany these. I'm going to order a few more of these. I'm hoping that I can get a couple more of these in different colors, because I want to make an ultimate skate park. Why? Because like I said, I used to do all the skating stuff. A skater dude. What up, skater dude? Yeah. Now it's just, hello there, sir. We're at work today. No skateboarding anymore. It's all work. And it's like I said, sometimes I'll do it for recreation, but I don't do any of the tricks anymore. Just get on a longboard and just have fun. So I'm hoping I can breeze through this real quick, get it done, so I can get the review done on it and get on those brick heads and get those done. I can talk about this now they've been released by Lego, that I can start talking about that stuff here. As long as Lego gives me permission, I can mention some things. Like they're sending me a bunch of sets. I can't talk about them yet because they really haven't made an announcement. So, and we got one more piece left. There we go. Yeah, so you'll need these, and this gives you a nice, decent transition here too. Not a half pipe. Too bad they don't make a piece that goes like that and you have an ultimate one. And it just shows you this. It's not connected to anything yet. And that concludes Manual 1. We have 2 pieces remaining, and that's not bad at all. Now let's see what we have in bag 3 here. We don't need that manual. I toss them on the other side of the room because when I rewatch these videos for editing, I have to write down what we did so I can index the videos, so you can jump to a section, you'll know what we're doing. So now we're doing another one. I need to get another part out of the bulk bin. And yeah, you can never get the skater out of the grown adult. That's why sometimes you'll hear me talk and the surfer accent sometimes comes out. And this guy's got the facial hair and the broccoli hair. Well, it's just a tapered perm. I think that's what it is. And we have some roller skates. I wish they had inline skates on this, would have been better. I'm sure they should come up with those, but I don't know anybody who roller skates anymore. I tried it many years ago, and those things are hard to get on. In fact, we're going to put the helmet on this guy, not the hair. I see a lot of the skater guys and stuff today, they don't even wear helmets and stuff, but here's the deal. Wear your helmet. Don't be like a lot of us. You don't want to knock your head into things. And he's got a cell phone, and you know, maybe he's doing the selfies. Or no, he's doing the skate tapes, and I still have a few of my skate tapes back from the 90s, and no, I will not publish those. If this channel got 20 million let's make it 25 million subscribers by the end of the year, I may post the skate tapes. I may. Didn't say I will, though. I may. All skate tapes. And when I was a teenager, I still sound the same. I had those backed up on my media server, and I was going through those maybe about a year ago, and I thought, wow, I still sound the same. It's just it looked a lot different, but, well, not a lot different, just a little bit more youthful with back then it was like the center parted bowl cut was like the cool thing. And the baggy cargos and all that stuff. I don't dress like that anymore, obviously, but it's all about, back then it was all about looking good. The girls back then loved that stuff. Now it's what you guys refer to as K-pop, but K-pop styles. But that's what we had back then. Yeah, but so far though, this set is pretty pleasant to build. The build, I'm going to be honest with you, is a bit slower, just putting on 1 or 2 pieces, because I'm spending almost like half the time thumbing through pages than anything else. If you are looking for something that, see, that's why you don't wear roller skates, is they're hard to stay on. You got to get inlines, dude. But you know, the builds are kind of, we're going through 3 manuals for 450 something bricks. It's a lot. Yeah, this is going to be something fun. So what I'm going to do when I do the filming on this, the minifigures are pretty generic. So what I'm going to do when I do the filming on this set here, I'm just going to film the minifigures while they're on here. Just to kind of do that. Then we're going to do the close-up tour and play around with it a little bit, and then I'll do the review. So it's going to be like, like the unboxing is going to be separate on this video, just because, you know, sometimes the unboxings can go about 10, 15, 20 minutes. Remember, I did one that was over an hour long, so I try to keep the unboxings a little separate. And when I move everything permanently to this channel, what's going to happen is, I think we're done with that right now. When I move everything here, wow, 3 pieces in one step. When I move everything to here, I'm going to just do the review. Will be in, like I do on my main channel. We take first impressions, look at the box, and we take a look at the set. Then what I'm going to do is have the unboxing separate, and then we're going to have the build separate. So what you'll be doing is you'll have to watch a playlist in order to get the full effect. Right now I kind of do the reviews at the end of these, but when I move everything here, I won't do that. So it'll save me probably about 5 minutes of clip time, because I just do that for my notes. This one here is just all flat tiled at this point. But I think so far the build experience on this is this is soothing. This is a nice build, so Yeah, this is meant to be modular. So it is, yeah, you can do bag 2 with that. And you don't need to have bag 1 completely built. And I think this is going to be a winner for us here. So, like I said, we've already put a few stickers on. I think 1 sticker or 2 stickers, I don't know. But so far, it's not like it's something terrible. So we can survive it. And the colors are just pulling me into the build. Okay. And that's the thing, though. The colors are just nice and bright. These are colors you'd see in a skate park. Lego needs to really focus more on the try to match the colors of what you see in real life, because a lot of people are going to relate to that. Versus just having the just the fantasy colors, you know. I mean, there's places for fantasy builds, but for something like this, the point about for me when I make my mocks tutorials is to make realistic stuff in minifigure scale, stuff you'd see in real life. Try to make it as close as you can, make it minifigure scaled. Making a 1-to-1 scale would be nice, but then again, you'd be spending a lot of money on parts, and your minifigures wouldn't fit in the build. What we got the spot there for? Is that where the kids stash stuff that they don't want anybody to know that they're doing? It's where they stash the pack of smokes. I only knew a few skaters that actually smoked. And boy, they would get tired out so easily. Like, dude, if you deprived your body of all that oxygen, yeah, you're going to tire out a little quicker. Okay, so we got ourselves a little tippy thing here. Okay, so that just holds it right in place. So this doesn't even move. You know, so that's pretty good. Must be the rail slide. I've seen some of these guys, I'll go in there with those inline skates. I'll just go down a banister, like a handrail, and sometimes they'll mess up and they'll land in a place that they wish they never land at. I'm like, oh man, I felt that one. Oh, we're gonna have to vandalize that tile. And that's sticker number 2. Yeah, for work-related stuff, though, I just got a couple of computer programs, and I got to do some field work. And then that's it. Okay, the blue thing here goes at the top. Huh. I don't know what that is, a road map or just some graffiti? Looks like I see an A there. And this goes with this. Okay, so this continues on right here. I kind of wish there was a smooth transition to that, would have been better. I had one person say, why don't a lot of kids watch my channel? Because what kids really do all this stuff now? And there was 2 pieces remaining. I just wanted to get them out of the way. Take her off there real quick. I'll slide that one right in there. And then this one goes here. This is starting to look pretty good. So essentially you could build all this stuff and put this together last, but you'd have to go back through the manuals. You'd have to backtrack. And then we have the magical hand right here. Show him with his no, not his inline skates, his roller boogie boy skates. So he's supposed to go like this, whoosh, trip in this hole and do a face plant right there on the table. That's exactly what it is. But I can see this here being played with a lot. Well, now we're going to move on to bag 4. But yeah, I'd like to see Lego do more of this collaborative stuff. It's better, you know, it's a good way for families to get involved with the child. in the bill. We need to get another thing out of the bulk bin. I already got 2 of these. I needed 4. This set already has the other 2, but I'm going to see if I can buy those in other colors. All right. Man, I'll tell you, I'm burned out of work stuff, but I got to have a way to keep the lights on. Somebody asked me if I got paid doing this stuff. No, I don't get paid. This is meant to be a hobby. Now, they have him with the helmet on, or they have him with the hood on, like a hoodie. And, you got to have that one guy who's a rebel. So, well, maybe not. I thought he was just a skateboarder. No, he's riding a motorbike in here. I would have thought a bicycle would have sufficed, but no. I have a lot of those little helmets. It could be a bicycle too, but maybe it's a BMX bike, but I don't know. I mean, there was a video on Reddit going around that there was a guy riding his motorcycle in a skate park and ends up wrecking out and doing a face plant. I'm like, dude, those are meant for like hand vehicles. They're not, or foot power. They're not meant for motor. You're not supposed to go in there about 50 miles an hour in a skate park. That's how he fits on there. I'm like, you're not supposed to do that. But some people heed those warnings and they get injured. I'm like, well, we used to have an indoor skate park out here years ago, like literally within walking distance. It was pretty popular, but what happened was it was starting. They kept raising the prices up, and then after that, fewer people wouldn't come in, and next thing they know is that we can't keep it open anymore. It was cool inside. They had evaporative coolers, swamp coolers, but it was better than being outside 110 degree heat, so it was shaded and it was cooled off. And it was a nice place to go. It was like maybe $5. And you had to wait your turn. It was like maybe you paid $5 for maybe a 2-hour session. So you were there, you better use up those 2 hours. But they kept raising the prices up. Pretty soon it got to be about $10, $12, and kids were pretty much burned up their allowance at that point where they couldn't go as often, and they closed it down and turned it into a pizza parlor. I'm like, oh well, kind of sad to see it go. And this is way after my time, but it was still nonetheless pretty cool to see those. And to do the whole indoor skate thing. Back in the 90s, we didn't have all that stuff. They did have indoor skate parks, but they were only in the really big major cities at the time. And if you were inland, skateboarding in the beach is pretty easy. It's always cool. But if you were inland, it was always hot. You had to put there, it says skate. Yeah. Oh, I wish I could still do all that stuff still. But now it's just kind of, you don't really see a lot of skateboarders. It was pretty heavy in the 90s and the early 2000s, but today you don't see a whole lot of people doing it anymore. I don't. Of course, I'm not into the whole culture as much as I used to be. Must be the rail slide at the top. Like we got ourselves a purple fire extinguisher that I can't find the round brick to. Could have rolled in another bag. That's a color that I don't commonly have. See the tabs. Oh, I see it right by his foot. Okay, but yeah, I was like, it's like bowling, you know, it's become an extinct. I remember I used to have a few of those skate games on the PlayStation, and I was like, why? I can do the real deal. The extreme sports, too extreme. And then now it's like, out well where I'm at now, there is some skateboarders, but not a whole lot, not like there used to be. And now out here, if it's something you can't digest, inhale, or smoke or something like that, and then, or at the end of a bottle, you know, a lot of kids today are just not interested. And yeah, we had the whole thing back then about that DARE program. And despite what it was back then, a lot of the skaters that I was around, drugs were not cool. In fact, they even see you doing it, they'd give you a lecture and maybe a bit more. And two, they didn't want their skate park to be closed down. First I thought that was something for Among Us, but no, that's... We got one more sticker left too, and this one doesn't have one on this side. But yeah, I mean, you had some people that did the cannabis, but we're talking about the hard stuff. And, you know, yeah, I mean, there are some skater dudes, but not like it was, sadly. Skateboarding in the 80s was a different thing. It was just a form of transportation. I think the 90s it kind of peaked, early 2000s, and it started dying off. I remember when I used to work in fast food, we'd always have one place that would skateboard to work, you know. Okay, that's pretty much it right there. It doesn't tell us we have to put anything together, so I think we're building all the modular pieces first. Now, Lego, I'd like to see that. Let's build all the parts first, then we put it in. Would be better. And they got the roller guy just walking here. Shouldn't he be rollerblading? I'm sorry. Shouldn't he be roller skating? My bad. I mean, you know, the only thing I can associate with roller skating is roller derbies, where you try to knock your opponent out of the ring. You elbow them out and let them fall down. I remember seeing a few of those roller skating derbies. My goodness. And they started doing the inline skating ones. And boy, some of those guys that got so fast. You know, it's like, yeah. Alright, we're really getting this done here. This is a fun build. This one's different. Yeah, I'm going to be honest, I've just been doing reviews on all these city sets so far, except for the really scratched up parts I've been getting in some of these. These are not half bad builds at all. I mean, lately I've been, well, before this round, I was disappointed with Lego City. They were just kind of bland buildings, but these, they're pretty much compact versions of what you'd see. And oh, I thought this was printed. It's a radio, but it's got a sticker on it. That's sticker number 4. Yeah, but I sure miss the days of skateboarding and stuff. And yeah, I had 2 cousins that skateboarded too. One ends up being a photographer, and I don't know what the other one does. There's the radio there. They just use a phone receiver and a 1x3 brick. I built nicer ones than that without the stickers. And that's essentially what it is there. We had one piece remaining. And now we're going to attach more parts to this. It doesn't even show you attach them yet. So maybe we got one more piece left. Well, we actually have, I think, one more bag. That manual can get tossed on the floor. Yeah, I think that's it. So now we can move on to bag 5, and we don't have any more stickers left. Stickers are not too bad. I'm still going to rate this set right now. Nothing's falling apart. 9.9 to a 10. Nothing bad happened yet, so I don't know. But I haven't finished this up yet, but I can tell you right now some of the stuff is probably going to be flimsy, so I have a feeling the score is going to drop a little bit. I'm looking at play value right now. And this is the last piece we have out of the bulk bin. I need to get a couple more of those. All right, so let's begin. I'm making a mess in here. But this is the last of the city sets. After that, it's all brick heads. I'll be able to breeze through those. I'm just going to do the unboxing and the review all in one, just to kind of get them done real quick. And then the builds will be here. I'm not really a fan of brick heads, but they got a good source of printed pieces. Stuff like that. Yeah, I've been getting more requests for house builds and building guides. I'm like, guys, you have to be patient. I had one guy kind of jump down my throat though, saying, well, you should already have all these done by now. I'm like, dude, I have a life. Can't get these stuff built that fast. I'm right now doing reviews. That does cut into my building guide time. I already have the tutorials done for summer. I'm already starting with a few September projects, just kind of rough drafting them out. While I'm editing videos, I can at least rough draft a few. I'm like, it's going to take time, you know, and some of these guys think this is my job, and I still gotta make that video, kind of like really kind of laying down the rules there. I'm like, hey, you know, this is not a career for me. You know, if you're wanting me to do this full time, then you need to start dropping sponsorships and stuff. Be a supporter. As a matter of fact, I've been thinking about using YouTube memberships strictly for building guide requests. But then again, it doesn't really make any sense because I don't really consider those being related. I mean, I can't put the building guide on there, so it's not going to do any good. I'm like, just hold your horses. Oh, and I did read your comment, Janet. Probably, I don't know when this will be released, but I'm sorry for your loss. Hope I don't ever have to experience that anytime soon. It just popped in my mind just now. You know, I may not respond back as fast on the comments. This is already know what's going to happen. These are going to go in next. Oh, those are tiles. Why we got a little lip there? I may not respond back, but I do read the comments as they come in. Even the bad ones, but I do read everybody's comments. Matter of fact, I need to upload some emoticons for the YouTube members thing. Maybe we'll have to do one of Jay the Kid Fig. I'll have to see if it violates anything with Lego before I do. I think as long as it's free, it should be fine. Yeah, for the most part, though, I'm satisfied with this set. This is probably going to get a high rating for me because worst, it's probably going to be a 9. If I'm thinking if I can't pick this up, it may drop the score down a bit. I know some of you said, why don't I put this on a base plate or a Mills? Mills plates are really good. These road plates are not the best in terms of like a Mills plate. Mills plates, yes, you got to freehand build them, but they're more robust. I'm missing one radiator grill. Let's see, is it hiding somewhere? Oh, yeah. Here we go. Okay. All right. Getting pretty cluttered on the workbench, huh? Do we build 2 of these or just 1? Because I got another plate here. Yeah, it's just, I still remember when, I was a lot younger and stuff, you do the skateboarding stuff, and a lot of people would look down on people like me back then. Oh, don't you want to do things professional? I mean, now, like, you look at a skateboarder and, back then they thought, oh, you guys are not going to grow up to be anything. Well, here I'm a business owner, I'm a software engineer, and, it was fun recreational stuff, but some people are pretty judging on things. It's like, it's fun. It's meant to relax and do the fun stuff. Who wants to do the boring stuff all the time? I mean, mind you, when I was in my teens and stuff, I was heavy into computers and electronics. Video games, not so much. I'd rather be outside. So I would do all the computer work and electronics outside. I did it in my parents' garage. Not so much anymore. All right, and that part goes here. Sure that these are on this side here. I'm assuming it's probably critical. Okay, we got one more section and I think we'll be done, and I may just go ahead and breeze through everything. The faster I get it done, the faster I can get on the brick heads. Get those out of the way. But the other sets that I'm getting are something I normally would never buy. I'm not familiar with the theme, but I'm going to look at it from a noob's point of view and see if it's something that may interest me. It's like the botanicals, a lot of guys, I don't like the flower sets, those are weird. Trust me, I was the same thing until Lego sent me those samples. And my goodness, I forgot to put, there was supposed to be a brick in here. But I was like, my goodness though. Those are really nice. I ended up getting a few more of those just to decorate the house. So, I mean, it's like, don't judge. Don't judge, because that stuff could be, oh, they're flower things. But just think, you put those in your cubicle. You put them on in your home office or around your house, you get comments. Or pre-build some ones that you see. There's some guys out there who do that. That they're really nice. And that's what we have remaining for bag 5. Not too bad. And maybe one of the very few sets I will not be dinging off for stickers. The stickers were easy to put on. I didn't have to fight them. Alright, so we're going to start putting things together. I could do it on the turntable now. Let me get another project off of here real quick. Like, when I get done with the set, I just start on the next one pretty much instantly. And that's how I've been doing it lately. So we're going to set all this up here while it's in pieces. And like I said in previous installments and stuff, in videos, you need one of these. And see, this is flimsy here, so that's got me worried. You do need a turntable if you plan on playing with this stuff with minimum moving around and stuff like that. First thing I want to do is make sure that this thing's in the center. I need to glue some little cleats at the bottom here to keep it kind of in the middle there. So I'm going to have to spend half a day doing it. Okay, and this goes here. Just looking at the book here, it shows you how everything goes together. And then we've already got that put in there. We're missing this piece here. Now, I'm sure you can get some more road plates and combine that. Boy, that doesn't want to go in there. All right, let me pop this off here. That just... Yeah, that's just not even, that's refusing to go in. There we go. There we go. Nothing bad about friction pins. Well, they're both like that. Let me take that out. Sometimes I'll stick a cross axle in one that has a friction pin and then a regular friction pin to keep it in there. So you don't have a chatty Cathy or a chatting thing in here. This one goes here. And that's got a nice smooth transition there, so you can have that extra bumpy effect too. And that is it. But we're missing a piece here. Okay, this goes here. Yeah, so you can walk up there if you're too scared to ride your skateboard up there or your bike. And it shows that you can break it apart. And then they have different configurations too. So, this is a set here that could be reconfigured to your liking. And for the most part though, I would say that it is a family build. You could build all the big stuff first. Everything's pretty well isolated, and you just combine it to the clubhouse. As long as you get step 1 here done, you can do that. So let me readjust the video thing here down. And okay. Okay. So let's kind of explore this here and see. We're going to set it up for a thumbnail too. Usually when I do the reviews, I always forget there's extra pieces, so I kind of keep these off to the side here. So every one of these figures has an alternative wig or hairstyle, except for him. He just has the hoodie, so I'm assuming he's probably got a crew cut. So I mean, she can't really go down smooth. It looks like she could, but she can't. And this guy here is on the motorbike. Like I said, I'm not gonna run through the minifigures at this point because they're pretty generic, and I'm not gonna spend 44 hours talking about the theories behind them. They just got nice torsos, and they work for what we need them for. So something like that. And this looks more like a motorcycle than anything else. So I don't know what the point of this guy here is. And the roller skate guy cracks me up. The skateboarder, and I can see the scooter. Scooters weren't around when I was a kid, like the Razor scooters and stuff. So we didn't have scooters. We just had We had skateboarders and inline skaters, and they would usually get in conflicts over one another. Oh, skateboarding is tougher because you're not fixed to the skates. I'm like, it doesn't really matter as long as we're out here both enjoying it, who cares? And then there you go. So she can just do that. Okay, excuse me. So let's take a quick tour of this, and this is essentially what it is. So, I mean, you can play, and everything's smooth. You got to be careful here. You don't want to trip over these. I don't know why there's studs over here. You think that they'd had that smoothed out a bit more. So you can go like this and jump on here and do that, and go up here and just whoosh. I tried doing that once in rollerblades, and say it didn't end out very well for me. And got the half pipe on top. Just to make sure you don't go off course, because you'll really do a face plant and maybe injure some other parts. And essentially that is what it is. Here's the back. And I guess this could be left open because, I don't know, it just seems rather small for what it is. I think everything's just condensed down because I see skate parks a bit bigger than this, even the smaller ones, and we're talking about real life ones. So for the most part, this is a highly playable model. So we're going to jump right into the rough review. And yes, you can actually have fun with this. You can play. I wish there was tires on that instead of these. But it's easy to do the rail slides on that. And you can she hang there? No. No, she can't. So she's meant to just do the slam dunk and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, this is playable. This is playable. So I'm going to say a good score on this one would be a playable value. As far as for mock value, you saw in here you can rearrange these parts, so you could rearrange these or just make your own and put them in here too. There is provisions for some of these. It looks like you can attach a few more things here, and there's some down here, some Technic bricks. So you could reconfigure this to just probably about any configuration or buy another one of these. For somebody like myself, I have a couple of these extra slopes, so I can easily expand on this. So there is possibilities with mocks. City drop-in value, you could possibly be as is. You could drop this in a city. Maybe figure out what to do about this here. You know, if you can add something here, maybe terrain or something, it'd be fine. But I'm going to say maybe with slight modifications, you could drop this in a city. Build experience, and you've heard me talk about that in the initial build. Yes, I mean, it was a very relaxing build. This wasn't boring. I wasn't bored with it. I wanted to build this. This is when I saw it on the list and I saw what it looked like when I was getting the samples. I thought, oh, I really want to build this. So this is something here. If you're a skateboarder fan or you like the extreme sports, there you go. I mean, this will get you. This will be mighty entertaining here. Even it entertained me. So I'm really pleased with build experience. Build quality for the modular pieces are pretty good, but picking this up, kind of flimsy a bit. It's meant to be taken apart. So you won't be able to just pick this up and move it. If you're going to put it on something, get one of these turntables. There you go. So you should be very good with this. But for the most part, it's pretty good. Now, is it worth $67.99, especially for the motorbike keeps falling over? No. I think this set's worth probably $50 at the most, but $67.99, no, that's almost $70 for just what you're getting here. But you are getting 4 minifigures, and you get a bike, motor scooter, skateboard, and a pair of roller skates. So I think the price is a bit too much for this. Now, I keep forgetting to put the final assessment. The final assessment, my score on the set does not include the price. I do not include the price on this stuff. That's completely separate from the build experience. The only thing I'm going to ding off on this is it's not really sturdy in terms of picking the whole thing up. So I'm going to ding it down to a 9.5 out of 10. Surprised I'm not dinging anything off for stickers. If I do it, it'll probably be a point at the most, like a little bit. But I really, this looks fun. The colors are cool. It's dragging my attention to the build. It's not washed out or anything like that. But I'm sure you could come in here and build this with other colors as well and just have some big, massive skate park. This would be really cool. So this right here has the essentials to start you on building a skateboard or a skate park mock. But I want to hear what you guys and gals think of this set. To me, I had fun putting it together. It wasn't a dry build. But tell me what you think of it. For me, I'm happy with this build.